I'm Sergeant Heeser with the Quantico Fire and Rescue Emergency Services for Fire Prevention Week. Today, we're going to do a dollhouse demonstration as we go through some safety concerns that can help us and help our families stay alive in case of a house fire. We're going to have this house, not to scale dollhouse, lit on fire by our firefighter. Go ahead. Let's talk about fire, safety. What should we not be doing? We all know this, we can't play with matches. We shouldn't play with lighters. Nowadays, the new topic is lithium-ion batteries. So what is the lithium-ion batteries? That's your cell phone, that is your tablets, your gaming systems. If you've never noticed, they get super hot when you charge them. Do not lay these products on your bed, on your couches, or any type of something that is flammable. It needs to be charged on a hot surface. Once this fire starts, how are we notified? Fire extinguishers, right? Let this fire grow, we start to see a little smoke, all right? Once that little smoke hits a smoke detector, all right? We can be sleeping, could be awake, we need to know what it sounds like. Once you hear it, that is your cue. You need to get down low. If you can safely get out of your house, get yourself out of the house, call 911. If you're younger and you need to find your parents, when you get down low and you start crawling to get outside of your house, look for fire, see where there's smoke. Can you get to your parents' bedroom to notify your other family members? Do you need to get straight out? That's when we go talk about sleeping with your doors closed. Fire needs two things, heat and air, all right, to keep on growing. If you sleep with your doors closed, you'll limit that heat and air from going into your bedroom, which is going to give you more time to call 911, signal for help, or to get out. When we're talking about getting out, everybody needs to have a common meeting place once you leave the house. Sometimes you're not able to leave the house when you have an emergency and notify everybody in the house. So have a common meeting place. Do exit drills with your family. That means it could be a neighbor's house. It could be the big tree in the front yard. But everybody needs to go to one single location. That way everybody's accounted for. Fire department, when they show up, first thing is going to ask, is there anyone else in the house? That's their opportunity to talk to the victims out in the front yard. If they say, I can't find my child, the first thing we're going to do is go into a rescue mode. We're going straight into the house, we're going to find you, and we're going to get you out. Then we're going to start working on putting the fire out. It's going to work simultaneously, but our rescue, saving lives, are a priority number one. Now that we have a little fire going on in there, as we can see, we have a little fire. We got some smoke coming out. This is the next door bedroom. Here, we have the door shut. So when you're sleeping and you have your door shut, as you can see, go ahead and open up that one. This is the room right next to the other. Very light smoke, light haze. That room is untouched by that fire that's already in there. So if you're in your room and you have that door shut, it's going to do nothing but give you more time. As you can see, something you want to point out, all the smoke is coming out from the top. Fresh air is going in the bottom. So when that smoke starts to build and that heat starts to build, it's all going to rise and go to the top of the building, top of the room. So that's why when you hear that smoke detector, you get down low, you crawl, get somewhere to safety. A lot of people have cell phones these days. While you're doing that, getting low and crawling to safety, call 911. When we're talking about fire and fire behavior, there's 4 stages of growth to a fire. You got the initial stage, the incipient stage, where the fire is just started. It has a source. It started somehow, some way, whether it be matches, lighters, a candle by your window curtains, whatnot. Once it reaches a certain temperature where it can stay ignited on its own and it doesn't need a source anymore, we'll get to that growth stage. So we talked about exiting the house. Sometimes you're on the 2nd floor and you're not able to exit the house, or you're on a 3rd floor and you have an escape ladder. These things need to be practiced, especially the escape ladders. They're very unstable and they're hard to work with. So you need to have practice, because when the time comes and there's an emergency, no one's going to be thinking properly. So you need to practice these exit drills. Now, if you're on the 2nd floor and you're trying to exit and you can't leave the house, the whole 1st floor is on fire, as you see here. I got heavy fire on the 1st floor. I got heavy smoke blowing out of the other rooms on the 1st floor. I can't get downstairs. I'm stuck on that 2nd floor. Shut your bedroom door. Stuff your blankets at the bottom of your door to let so smoke doesn't get inside your room, open up your window, call for help, scream out your window. So when fire department personnel show up, they see you hanging out the window. Don't fall, safely do it. But that's going to signify us that we need to make that rescue quickly with a ladder. We're going to go straight to the ladder with the window and get you out before we take any measures to get that fire out, because number one is life safety. Here we can see the flow path. There's not much smoke coming out of that first floor left bedroom anymore. It's all coming out of the second bedroom because all the fresh air is going inside of the first floor left room and being pushed out of that other room. That's when we talk about flow path, all right? Something in the fire department world, it's basically what the fire needs to grow, and is oxygen, but it needs a direction to go. If it's all in one room, it's gonna stay in that one room. But as you see, this smoke travels everywhere. That smoke is superheated gases, that's unburned fuel. You give it that heat, that unburned fuel and oxygen, you can make things happen. And your house can go on fire a lot quicker than it would be if you had all the doors shut. Remember what I said about unburned fuel? That fire, if it gets enough heat to this smoke, it can ignite this second floor by just jumping to the next floor. Here, there's no fire on the second floor yet. Just now, it's now on fire on the above room of the first fire. That's just via smoke. So there is one problem with that flow path and oxygen. All of our homes come with what they call a gable vent. That gable vent is to allow cool air go into your attic space so it doesn't get very hot up there and ruin things. That gable vent and your front door being open is an all the time air path. So that's something we have to keep in cognizance of. So if we run out of the house to our meeting place, shut the door behind you if there's no one else left in the house. That's going to slow down this fire so we can get there and put it out quicker. So here, if we have all the doors closed, we show up and we got heavy smoke showing out of your attic space. We also have to be careful opening and closing doors. If you see here, we open this door, doesn't look like there's any fire. Next thing you know, fire pushes out and we weren't ready for it. So here we call this black smoke turbulent black smoke. When we show up, that's going to give us indications that we have a heavy fire on the inside. The problem with this heavy black smoke is it's super rich, unburned fuel. And as you see here, this fire can jump and ignite all that fuel, giving us a smoke explosion, which is very dangerous for us. We can reach temperatures from anywhere from 600 to 1100 degrees inside of a house fire. This can be very dangerous, so that's for us at times. That's why we wear all this gear. But our gear has limitations, so we have to do what we can to keep conditions to where we can get to you and save you. As you see there, that smoke caused that fire to jump to the second floor. Now I have heavy fire on that second floor, and it started on the first floor, and it just traveled by the smoke. Once that smoke explosion happens, now it's going to superheat everything in the room, and that's when it's going to catch everything inside that room on fire. And the stages keep on going. Once it hits the second floor, it's going to go to the third floor, eventually get into your attic. Once it gets into your attic space, it has that free reign of travel. And these times when you find yourself in a situation and you wake up and your room looks like this, stay down low, get out. Don't attempt to call 911 until you're in a safe place. You need to be able to do that in a safe area. If you find yourself in a situation where your whole bedroom is filled with smoke, get out of the house now. Get down low and get out. At this point in time, when we show up to a house, we hope that everyone's safe. They have met at their meeting place, they practiced their exit drills, and they have gotten out of the house safely. All the family, dogs, pets, everyone's safe. And we show up to a house like this. Unfortunately, at this point in time, the house is not savable. This is a fully involved house. Everyone's safe, but we're not going to send firefighters in there unless someone's in there. We're going to spray from the outside until the conditions allow us to go in there. Once that fire hits a certain stage, we can't continue to go inside until it's safe for everyone else. All right, now we're going to cover fire extinguishers. You need to know where your fire extinguishers are in your house and if you can get to them safely. And then we're going to use the pass method. The pass method is on your fire extinguisher instructions. We're going to pull the pin And we're going to aim the nozzle, and then we're going to squeeze the handle, and then we're going to sweep the base of the fire to put the fire out at a safe location 10 to 15 feet away, as the firefighter will demonstrate here. Here demonstrates how effective the fire extinguisher can be. This house is about 4 foot tall, about 3 foot wide. So think of that size of pile of wood that firefighter just put out with that fire extinguisher. So if you're able to get to a fire extinguisher and safely put out a fire, you can do so, but only if it's safe for you and your family to do so, and you have practiced where your fire extinguishers are in the house. And still, once you get done what you're doing with the fire extinguisher, leave the house, call 911, just in case. That's all we have from Quantico Fire and Emergency Services for Fire Prevention Week. We appreciate y'all watching. Thank you. Have a great day.